Hi everyone and welcome back. We're now looking at long multiplication with one-digit numbers. Let's start. I will start off with an example. So if we have the number, let's say 38, and we want to multiply that by, let's say 2, and we want to do the long multiplication, then remember with long multiplication, we always start in the units column. So we're going to start first with the 8 times 2. Right, now we know 8 times 2 is 16, right? But when we write 16, we cannot write 16 like that, or even like this, right? What we have to do is we have to write down the 6, we write down the unit in 16, and the 1, we will carry it to the next number in the next column. So 8 times 2 is 16, so we're going to write the 6 down, and the 1, we're going to carry it over to the next column. What we're going to do with that 1 is we're going to add it to whatever answer we get in this column. Right, so that's how we write the 16. Then the 3 will get multiplied by 2. So 3 times 2, that gives us 6. But remember, after that, we need to add that 1 that we carried. Remember that 1 that we carried? So that's going to give us 7. So that's how we know that this column, we're going to write down 7. Right, after we've multiplied with the 3, there are no other numbers here. So that's when we know the calculation stops. And so my answer is just 76. Right, let's move on to a second example. So let's say we had 46 times 3. Again, we know we're going to start in the units column. So we're going to start with 6 times 3. And we know 6 times 3 is 18. So again, the unit 8 is we're going to put that down, and we're going to carry the 1 over to the next column. So that 1, we're going to carry it over. We're then going to start with the 4, and we're going to multiply it by the 3. And we know 4 times 3 is 12. But we need to add that 1 that we carried, so that's going to give us 13. Right, now the 13, I will write it as 13. I'm not going to say 3 carry 1, because after we multiply with the 4, you can see there are no other numbers to multiply with, so the calculation ends. So when the calculation ends, we don't need to carry it over. We just write the 13 as it is. And so my answer is 138. Right, one more example. Let's try 72 times 6. Right, so let's start. Remember, in the units column, so 2 times 6. 2 times 6 we know is 12. So we're going to write down the unit 2, and we're going to carry the 10, which is the 1. So 2 down, and we're going to carry the 1 and add it. Next is 7 times 6, and 7 times 6 we know is 42. And don't forget, we have to add that 1 that we carried, so that's going to give us 43. And there are no other numbers to multiply with, because 7 is the last number here in 72. And so the calculation ends. So my answer is 432. Let's do one more example. So let's say we had 124 times 6. Right, so again we're going to start in the units column. So 4 times 6 we know is 24. So we're going to write the unit down, and we're going to carry the 2 to the next column. So 4, and we're going to carry the 2 over to the next column. Right, next we're going to say 2 times 6, and we know 2 times 6 is 12. And then we're going to add that 2 that we carried. That's going to give us 14. Right, now we can see that after we multiply with the 2, we still have the number 1 that we have to multiply with. So we cannot write 14. Again, we're going to have to write the 4 down, and we're going to carry the 1. So we're going to write the 4 down, and we're going to carry the 1 to the next column, because we still have to multiply the 1 by the 6. Okay, so now we got 1 times 6 is 6. And now we're going to carry that 1. That's going to give us 7. And now we can see after the 1 there are no other numbers in 124, so the calculation ends and my answer is 744. Right, going on to another example. Let's say we had 321 times 8. Let's look at that. Okay, again in the units column, 1 times 8 is 8. So 1 times 8 we know is just 8. There's nothing to carry. And then we're going to go to the next column, 2 times 8. 2 times 8 is 16. Again here, 6 we're going to put it down and the 1 we're going to carry. So we're going to put the 6 down in the 16 and carry it over to the next column. Then the 3 times the 8, so next is 3 times 8 is 24. And we're going to add that 1 that we carried, that's going to give us 25. And I'm going to write 25 as it is because after we multiplied with the 3, there are no other numbers to multiply with, and so the calculation has ended and my answer is 2568. Right, and so that's how you do long multiplication. And just to give you one example to practice, you can practice this one. Let's try 435 times 5. Okay, you can work that out, get an answer and put it in the comment bar. I will check your answer.